Hello and welcome back. It is a next class in our new product party. Today, well, this class is Color Me Fun. I had to think for a minute. I'm like, what did I just call it? So, we are going to be using our In Colors. And I'm just trying to get back to my Facebook page. Give me a moment. I was posting some things. And I want to make sure that I'm live and that we're all good. And uh-oh. I hope I'm live because Facebook just crashed on me. Oh boy. You know, it's technology. Okay, so in our previous video, I had talked about the All Flutter class, and I wanted to make sure that everyone saw our secret word number 2. Let me move my camera up a little bit. There we go. Can we see it now? Yep. So make sure you write that down. Get that entered on your form because we're going to be drawing for a winner Wednesday morning. You have until Tuesday to enter all 6 secret words. All right. So our All Flutter class is available until May 21st. You create 8 cards. You get 8 card kits, 2 of each 4 designs. And what's great about this is you're getting a half a pack of the Beautiful Ordinary Designer Series paper, which, hey, by the way, is going to be our next product kit. Oh, where did it go? I put it down. Uh-oh, where did I put it? Okay, I'll find it in just a moment when we get started, I guess. So we'll be featuring, oh, here it is. This features the Beautiful Ordinary paper, and let me tell you, it is really pretty. I've already done the class online, so you can go back on the YouTube link and watch it instead of trying to find it here on Facebook. I did put the link for signing up for the class, so all the class information is in the link in the comments, so make sure you go there and check it out. And you can get the kit with the bundle, and it's $91, or just the class kit itself, which is $49. It includes all of your paper, your ribbon, your embellishments, the 8 card kits, and the PDF tutorial. Or you can get the PDF tutorial option only for $15. Again, if you're outside the U.S., I can't send you any product, so you'd have to go for the PDF tutorial. All right, so now we're going to be moving on to all of our In Colors, and I've got a couple different things to tell you about In Colors before we actually jump in to making our cards. So right now, if you really love these In Colors, and I really love these In Colors, what you want to do is maybe think about purchasing our starter kit. Our starter kit is $99. And it's, you know, you don't have to do what I do. You know, you don't have to, you know, do videos or demonstrate. You can just use your discount as a discount, or maybe gather some friends together and collect some orders from them. It's really easy to do. You can make it as much as you want or as little as you want. That's one of the flexibilities about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It's not overwhelming like some other direct companies. Plus, the perk of signing up under me, you get to become part of my team, and you get one-on-one time with me to inspire you, to motivate you. If you want to run this as a business, I can give you business tips. And in addition, you get my tutorials for free. So, for example, like our All Flutter class, you'll get that tutorial for free. Also, you become part of a much larger group, a community of over 600 demonstrators. It's amazing. And you get all the perks that I get. So you get the perks to go to Creative Corner. And there are monthly posts, tutorials that you can use for your business or your crafting pleasure. There's all sorts of things, retreats, events, stamp camps, all sorts of things that you are eligible for. So it is a really awesome deal. Again, you get one-on-one time with me by being directly in my group, but you also get the resources of all those other demonstrators. And not every demonstrator, believe it or not, does what I do. Okay, I'm probably in the, I don't know, I don't know what percentage it is. Not many do all the events I do and things like that. But I love to do that. I love to create. I love to share. And I love to be able to be social. So this is one of my ways of being social. Now, I've been a demonstrator for 23 years. There's never been a day that I haven't been a demonstrator. And I started when my when my first son was born. And I was actually scrapbooking before that, said, oh, I'll never, ever, ever be a card maker. No, yeah. Well, 23 years later, look where I am. I fell in love with it. I started doing it more and more. And when I first tried to sign up, no one wanted to sign me up. I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to sign me up? Why not? Like, well, we don't want to do this as a business. We don't want to do that. You know what? I want you on my team. I want to build my community. I want to make more crafting friends. I love to share the ideas. I love to even just have our social time. So our monthly team meetings, very much a social time. So, and also you got to be part of the Rubber Queens team meetings where you can win things every month. So just some extra perks. But you make it what you want. But right now until May 31st, you can actually add all the new ink colors. And this is why I was bringing it up, to your starter kit. I'm sorry, there's something sticking to my foot that I must have dropped earlier. Okay, so you can add all the ink colors. Now, maybe you already have all these stamp pads, but these are the amazing new stamp pads. And I'm going to be sharing these as we do our projects. Okay, and we'll be going through all the colors and everything else like that. You can add that to your starter kit for free. Or if you already have the stamp pads, you can get an extra $35 added to your starter kit. It's whatever product you want. Now, Stampin' Up is going to send you your business supplies and things like that, your catalogs. That's all part of the kit. That's all what you get. But you do get, over $125 in products. So your $125 plus your $35 or your, this is a $63 value. All 5 stamp pads are a $65 value, or 63. I don't know. It's 63 or 65, one of the two. So, and then you get discounts on anything you order in the future. So, and that discount builds up as you grow. So, all right. So enough about that. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will put a post for this right on the Facebook group here. And I'll also have a link in my YouTube video. If you want to chat, feel free to reach out to me. Email me, message me through my Facebook page, and I am happy to answer any questions you have, anything that you need, help, placing your starter kit order. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you with how you want to run a business or how you want to be creative. I'm here for you. All right, next thing I want to talk about, our In Color Club. Now, my first round of club just went out, but I can start another club, and a club is a 5-month membership. All right. So you commit for 5 months. So that way you get all the products in that color group for 5 months. So for example, this month, well, I sent out all the other colors. This is just an example. So this is our hydrangea hue, which is one of our new in colors. You get the stamp pad, you get a bolt of ribbon, you get the blends. I'm sorry, you get 2 yards of ribbon. You get a full pack of cardstock. You get designer series paper and a piece of this shimmer paper. And this will all be sent to you. Plus, I also give you this little color coach. Now, this one happens to be printed. I actually make a better one for you. I actually will come up with color combinations, and I'll have this with cardstock, so it's a better picture, but you get one of these with the color that you get for that month. So the first month might be hydrangea hue. Next month might be peaceful pine. Next month would be golden glow. So that's how you build up your stock on it. Plus, each month, I do send a tutorial along with it for you to use some of your supplies. And if there's something extra that's needed, I supply that to you. So you get a little card kit, and anything extra, I'll incorporate into your little card kit. But you get a tutorial and 3 to 4 projects every month. All right. So by the end of 5 months, you're going to have the whole color collection. You'll have a whole package of shimmer paper, a whole package of designer paper, one of each color pack of cardstock, Stampin' Blends, stamp pad, and 2 yards of each ribbon. And then on the fifth month, I also send you the in color embellishments, and then you will have X number of tutorials every month. Okay, so let's get into our projects here. I'll share some of the other cards and samples and stuff like that later on. Let me move these out of the way. And let's talk about our colors. So we have Hydrangea Hue, and maybe I should go in alphabetical order. Hey, should I do that? It might be more sense. Okay, so we have Barely Blush. Very hard to see on camera, but I'll show you some samples of that color. We have Crisp Cantaloupe. We have Golden Glow. And by the way, we do have a new game going. It's called Name That in Color. All right, so get that form, and then you already have your answers coming up right here. Hydrangea Hue and Peaceful Pine. On that form, you enter the 5 different colors and your name, email address, so I can get a hold of you, and I will do a random drawing for a prize. All right. So make sure you go and do that. Do it by Tuesday, because I'll be drawing all the names on Wednesday. Let me just put this out of the way, and we're going to start our next projects. Okay. So I actually need to grab out my stamp set. We're going to be using the Caring Animals stamp set. I thought this was just so cute to use with different in colors, so I couldn't wait to use this. And then we're going to be grabbing out our project number 3. Okay. And, oh, look, hey, here is one of your pillow gifts, all right? You were going to get a tutorial with how to create this and what's all in it. And look, ooh, secret number 3. All right, or secret word 3. All right, make sure you wrote that down. Okay, let's get started on your card. And I do have a couple examples, samples to show you after. And yeah, everything is here. All right, so it's going to take me a little bit longer because I was going to color this ahead of time and I didn't. I kind of forgot about it. So you're going to just see the whole thing. All right, so this stamp set here is so cute. Now it has the 3 large stamps here, but then it has all these little individual pieces to give your card a little something extra. All right, so this card, we're going to use our alligator. I just thought this was the cutest stamp set. I'm like, oh, I could always use a Get Well card. And you know, I don't always know what to write or what to say. This says it all. I don't have to say much. On the inside, I can stamp thinking of you, wishing you a good day, hope tomorrow's better, you know. I don't have to do a lot. All right, let's get out our grid paper here, because I'm doing some coloring and stamping. All right. Now, normally, I would probably stamp with my basic black, but I wanted to add some different colors here. And I actually forgot on my sample to include one of the colors. Totally missed that. Oh, well, I guess we're just going to go with this. Can't believe I did that. All right. So, we've got a couple of things in your little card packet here. So, you've got about a 12-inch strip of ribbon that you'll be using. So, again, with your new product party class kit, you're going to be getting everything that you see in these packages. So, you'll be getting your ribbon, you'll be getting your envelope, your cardstock, and this is a piece of vellum that I embossed with that fern embossing folder. Look how gorgeous this is. I just thought it was going to be really fun to be behind the alligator. So I'm going to show you some little tricks on adhering your vellum, and we're going to get started here. So I am taking this piece of basic white. I'm going to stamp with, and I need to sit down for a moment and take a sip of my coffee. Like, I probably haven't had enough coffee, but I need a little sip. Okay. All good. And the white gel pen. Okay. So I'm going to take Secret C and I'm going to ink up my stamp here. No, like I said, normally I would use black if I'm going to be using my blends. But you know what? I really didn't want black. I wanted Secret C. All right, so I'm just going to stamp this off to the side. I'm going to be cutting this out, so I'm not really worried about it. You'll have a little extra piece there. All right, so just hold it down. Get it evenly stamped, and there you go. If you didn't get it fully stamped, you can look back through your stamp and put it back down. So maybe your W didn't get fully stamped. You can look back through and then just line it up and restamp. That's the perk of photopolymer sets. All right, let's go ahead and get that cleaned because I don't want to end up putting my hand in it, which, you know, well, that has happened. Now, on this particular card, I'm not going to be using any designer series paper because we've got that vellum, which just, you know, just, I don't know, does all the work. All right, so I'm just cleaning that. Get this pulled out of the way. Now, this is one of our Stampin' Chamois, so it's a way to clean. You just add water to it. A way to clean your stamps. Let's move this out of the way, too. All right, so I'm going to start with my Peaceful Pine blends. So I'm going to start with my dark here. All right, and I'm sorry, but I have a light right next to me that kind of shines on my desktop here, and it is like shining right in my face, so it's kind of bothering me. I'm going to put it on the other side, I think. Hold on. If I can get it on. I have the cord wrapped up so it's not draped all over the place, but all right, let me just see if I can get this moved a little better. It is just right in my face and really kind of bothering me. All right, let's see where I can hang my cord here. Right here. All right. Okay, that's a little better because it was, like I said, it was right in my eyeballs. Let's lift it up a little bit, angle it down. So I just want to make sure there's enough light on the projects here as we're doing them. Okay. Oh, now I got a bad reflection. Okay, hang on. Is that any better? Oh, hopefully it's okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started with our dark. So I'm just going to go along the edges here. And I'm just really going along where the artist put those lines. I'm not really doing a whole lot extra. I'm just putting this kind of on that line with a squiggle. I'm just putting some squiggle in there. That line right here. Okay, so I've got that. We're going to do his little belly a little bit. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my blend here. I'm actually going to use my brush side. Now, I'm avoiding the teeth, but I am going to go back with my white gel pen again, and we're going to color in those teeth just to make it stand out a little bit more. All right, now I'm not trying to blend too much because I've used the Secret C ink, and that is not an alcohol-based ink, and these markers are alcohol-based, so it just will sometimes bleed if you're not careful. So I'm just going around here, and I like when my blends are brand new because I can use my brush side a lot. That way I can color in a bigger section at a time. Again, I'm not going back and forth over that too much. I'm just coloring over the one time. it'll blend my darker ink with my lighter ink here, but it's not going to pull that secret C out. When it dries, this will blend a little bit more. All right, so there we go. Okay, now I want some pop of color in here, so I am going to grab my Poppy Parade. So this would actually be a good Christmas card combo. All right, and then I'll grab my cloud cover here, and that's originally I was going to put a layer of cloud cover underneath, and I totally forgot to put the cardstock into the kit, so I didn't even remember to use it. All right, we'll color the top of the thermometer. All right, let's bring in our white gel pen. Oh, I left it open. That's not good. And I lost the cap. There it is. Found it. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and color my thermometer in, my teeth. And I might just go along here a little bit. And get the rest of his little teeth. All right. There we go. Just kind of fun. Just a little something fun. All right, we're going to go ahead and trim this out. And I hope my video is not too far away. It's really kind of hard to tell right now because of how Facebook is behaving today. I don't know. All right, so let's just get this trimmed out. And I'm just kind of squiggling along here. Kind of going along where it's stamped. When I get to like the ridgy part over here, I'm just going to wiggle my scissors. Well, actually I'm wiggling the paper. I'm not really wiggling the scissors. So just so I get a little bumpy kind of thing going here. And I can trim that off. Makes it easier. And then I'll come back and I'll just do some more little squiggles. We'll go around his little heating pad. Or what is that called? A heating bottle? I mean, geez, I don't even remember using those since I was a little girl at my grandmother's house. I don't think anyone uses those anymore, do they? I think everyone uses like a heating pad, not a hot water bottle. And I don't know if that's even the right word for them. If someone knows, post it in the comments. All right. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to take our piece of fern embossed vellum, and we have our pine. Now, before I even adhere these two together, I need to grab my ribbon, and I'm going to show you a trick to doing this ribbon here. So I'm going to take my seal here, and I'm going to run that along. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and start my ribbon. I'm just going to kind of wrap it. So I'm going down, loop, and then another loop. All right. So you'll have more than enough ribbon here. You'll have to trim it down. All right. Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. I do like one of my dimensionals to at least catch that ribbon. All right. And I'm going to simply peel off these backings. Now, vellum has a tendency to let adhesive show through, so you can see where you put your adhesive. But because I'm putting this stamped image over my vellum, I can add my adhesive right behind there. So here I'm just going to center this. I'm going to pop him right on there. I'm going to bring in my snips. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Okay. That way. All right. So now instead of putting like glue on my corners where it's going to show up, I'm just going to simply flip this over, and I'm going to take my liquid glue. And I'm going to put it, oopsie, ooh, not that much, where my ribbon is. So where your, you know, where your loops are for your ribbon, you can come down. And then any spot behind that white cardstock. Okay, this glue bottle is almost running out, so. All right. Come on, come on. Just a little more here. All right, hopefully that's gonna be enough. I would usually probably add a little bit more. All right, so now we'll bring in our card base. Put that right on there. I think this is such a cute card. And look how easy that was to put together. I mean, what, it just took a couple minutes? All right, so now let's grab in our embellishments, and we can add our embellishment to the front. If I wanted, I could actually take my embellishments here, and they were that berry. I can just recolor them and make them the Poppy Parade. If I wanted to have a little bit darker ones, I could go ahead and take my pine here and color those. Now, I don't know how the pine would do on here. Let's just try it out. I don't think it's really going to get piney enough, if that's a word. All right. So we'll do these. Is this my light? Yeah, I want my dark. I find that the dark blend colors a little bit more. Okay, so we got 2 of those and 3 of those. All right. Let's grab take a pick tool here. And I'll put one over here. And then I'll put one over here. Okay, then we're going to take a small one, put it up here, green, put it up here, and then I have one more. And I think I'm just going to put it right there. Okay, so that is one of our in color cards. Let's go ahead and get our inside stamped. So I'm going to bring back our stamp set as soon as I figure out where I put my stamp set. You know, I'm really surprised. I've been trying to keep my desk pretty clean today so that I can find things easier, but for heaven's sake, I don't know where it went. I moved that and I got all distracted. Okay, here it is. All right. Let's just put this one back on here. Again, not a lot of people keep their dust sheet over, but since I keep them in the paper in the case, I like to have this there so it doesn't stick to my case. All right, so we're going to grab a couple leaves here. And I'm going to grab a block. And I'm just going to just place them at different angles here. I'll get one in here. There we go. Okay. So we got that. Let's grab out our Peaceful Pine. So I'm going to show you another technique here. Get ready for it. All right. So on here, I'm going to grab my blender pen. Oh, maybe I should show you the shimmer pen instead. Let's do that. So this is another one of our new products. These are the shimmer pens in our new in colors. So I'm going to shake it up really well. Leave the lid on when you're shaking, just FYI. Okay. Then before you start using it, you need to pull this off and remove that white collar. Now, if you want to keep that, it's not a bad thing to keep, because if you're traveling or whatever, you can put that back on and it will hopefully prevent it from leaking. All right. So I'm going to take this, and I always take an extra block. This is what I do. So I've got a block here, and I'm just going to squeeze this. I'm going to prime it. So I don't know if you can see here. Okay, just got to prime it a little bit. I'll start seeing the color come down. I'm going to put my lid on real quick to shake it. And it takes a moment or two. It's not like it's going to come flying out. as quick as Wink of Stella, but it will. Don't get me wrong, it will. Okay, I can see it starting to come through now. You can see the tip starting to get some color in there. Now, if I shake it without my lid on, what will happen is it will get all over the place. Okay, so now I've got some color there. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to re-ink this. So just going along the bottom here. So, close my ink pad. And now I'm going to take my shimmer pen here. It's not quite, there we go. You'll feel it it went from stiff to actually a little bit more pliable. So now I should be able to color. And what this is going to do, it's going to add that same color, but has shimmer in it. So it's almost like they combined, you know, a Wink of Stella with your re-inker. Kind of like we were doing before by ourselves. But now they made it in with the colors. So these are $10 each. Now, I don't know if they're still available. I know people have been talking about these, that they're going to go really quick. They'll be back in stock. Don't worry. If it's an in color, it'll be back in stock. But if you really like this, you may want to order those pretty soon. And usually during the first month of release, not every, most things don't go unorderable, but it could. But Stampin' Up! Is really good about getting things restocked again. And when you're on my website and you go and you find something unavailable, you have the option to actually click a little checkbox that says email me when this gets back in stock. And I can tell you it's spot on. Like, I've gotten emails in the middle of the night. I go in the morning, I'm like, oh, it is back in stock, yay, and I can order it right away. And yes, I have done that. I've been waiting for a couple of things. I'm like, oh, it's back in stock. So that's not new. That's been there for a while, but I don't know that most people realize it. Okay. My eyeballs are a little bit tired, so I'm not really doing a good job at coloring this in, but you know what? I'm okay. It's handmade, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, that one's just really bad. Note to self, don't stamp this one. I want to color it again. All right. So just cover that up. Now, when you store these, store them upright. Don't store them vertically. I mean, don't store them this way. Store them this way. Horizontal, vertical. Store them vertical. And it actually tells you that right in the directions of those. So, all right. So now we'll put this on the inside of our card. I'm just going to wave it a little bit. Oop, I moved my light. And just make sure it's dry. So it gives you a little bit of shimmer. You can kind of see it, hopefully. So I'm turning the paper. My computer is lagging, so. But yeah, just a little extra fun. All right, we'll put this on the inside. All right. There we go. Okay. What do you think? I think he's so cute. Let me show you a couple other cards made with the same stamp set. Let me get my case back on there. Oh, I gotta clean those. Okay. We'll clean those in a moment. All right. So here are a couple other cards. Now this is actually one that I made for a swap. This is actually one of the cards that I'm going to be gifting a winner. So a winner is going to get a couple of hand stamped cards from me with all new product, using all new product. So this is my card that I made here. All right. And then this card here I received from Linda Zabransky. I really like her cards. I'm in a exclusive swap with her. So there's about 20 of us. and she makes awesome cards. I love getting ideas from her. So just a really fun kind of a gatefold. All right. I was laughing because we were in the same swap and we we made our cards very similar. It's kind of funny. No, we don't know who is making what, what card. It just happens. Okay. All right. Yeah, I look forward to actually using that bird next. I haven't done one with a bird, but this set of birds looks really cute. It reminds me of the other online exclusive they have with the birds. Which one is it? I don't remember. It has the birds, the dogs, the cats. I think that'd be really cute with it. All right. So we're going to get these out of the way. We'll get our inks, our stamps cleaned, and then we'll get our next project going. All right. Move that out of the way. All right. Let's see what we got next here. All right. So grab your class product, your project 4, and your Beautifully Ordinary Designer Series paper. I forgot to put those away. I cleaned them so I could put them away, and I forgot to put them away. What am I doing? Come on, Beth. Get together here. I don't even know what I did with the stamp set now. Okay, here it is. I just want to put them away so I don't forget I have them out, and that way I don't have them laying around. I've been trying to be really good about, as soon as I'm done with one project, putting it away before I get to the next ones. It just kind of saves me grief later. All right, so there's that. All right, and here is a card that we're going to be making. So we're going to be featuring the Ouch stamp set. This is one of the stamp sets I'm also using in our In Color Club. And I do have other samples to show you. So now, in here, this is the Ouch stamp set. And it does have coordinating dies. What I like about it is this die right here makes these little tiny band-aids. I just thought that was so stinking cute. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta have this, because you don't always have a lot of get well or ouch kind of cards. So I really thought this was a fun one. So yeah, all right, so we're gonna get our stamps here. Now, I'm not going to be doing the die cutting for you. I've given you all the supplies that you need. So if you have this, you'll be doing your own die cutting here. This larger Band-Aid, pretty easy to cut out. But these smaller ones, you'll need the dies. All right. Okay, so we're going to go on our Beautifully Ordinary paper here. And I'm going to look for the pattern that has a lot of different colors. All right. So when I look at the full sheet, and I think I just showed that with that All a Flutter class, that is the same. This is the same one here. Let me just see if I can get one out. All right. This is the whole sheet. All right. When I was doing my colors, I found that I could use Calypso Coral. It coordinates with crisp cantaloupe really well, and I found that it will go pretty good. This paper will go pretty good with Calypso Coral, so even though it's not listed as one of the colors there, it does work pretty well. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just trying to get a couple of things moved out of my way. All right, next. All right, let's pull this out. We've got all sorts of different pieces in here. So we've got our envelope. We've got our crisp cantaloupe. Oh, I had a piece right in there. I didn't have to pull that one out. We've got our crisp cantaloupe card base here. Then I've got my designer paper that I've cut down. I have a piece of... Now I'm going to tell you. Sorry, I should have said this first. Depending on, what piece we have here, it's going to depend if you have a crisp cantaloupe or a Calypso Coral background. I'm trying to coordinate it for you so that you don't have to go, oh, I don't feel like it matches. Well, I'm trying to handle that for you. So you have your pieces. So you either get crisp cantaloupe or calypso coral. All right, then you have your, and this again will alternate between what the card base is. So crisp cantaloupe or coral. You have a piece of basic white for your inside. Then you have another piece of basic white, which is going to go right here, right up on top. And then this piece here is for your Band-Aids. And then this piece here is going to be for your Band-Aid, your larger Band-Aid. And you should have enough to have a strip so that you can cut your Be Brave out. So let's do this first. Let's make our Band-Aid first, and then we'll come back and do our Be Brave. So, stamp sets right here. I'm going to be grabbing our crisp cantaloupe, which is our new the new in color. So these are our new ink pads. So these are magnetic. So look, they kind of stick together. You can stack them on top of each other. It stays with the lid. Okay, so like that. You can stack them one on top of each other, and they'll stay together. Okay. Nice when you're trying to store them somewhere that you don't always have to have a separate storage. These will stack on each other. Now, how many will stack up together? I don't know. I only have 5, so I can't answer that for you. All right, so let's grab our crisp cantaloupe here. And I also want to grab our Pretty Peacock, because that is one of the colors in there. So we'll be stamping with that. So let's get our cantaloupe here. We're going to grab our large Band-Aid. Now, I've got some other samples to share with you. So we have, I have some done in crumb cake and all different colors. All right, so I'm going to grab my block here. There we go. And on this one, I'm going to stamp it off. I'm going to show you how dark it stamps, and then we'll stamp it off. All right, so I'm going to grab this scrap piece so you can see. So it does, when you stamp in full force, it is pretty dark. I didn't want something so dark. So I'm going to simply stamp off. Then I'm going to come over here and stamp my paper here. Very faint, very light. That's what I really want. And now we're going to go ahead and trim this out, and I'm going to put, actually, let's just cut our strip right now to stamp our sentiment. Oops. Let me put that back on. Oh, well, come on. Stay on there. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think 3/4 should be enough. All right. Let's stamp our Be Brave. So grab our stamp here. Now it has Be Brave, ouch, and then Feel Better Soon. So I'm going to stamp Be Brave. I remember when I had a surgery one time, I got a card from my aunt that had a turtle with a Band-Aid on it. It was cute. All right, so I just stamped that kind of right in the center. All right. Now let's get our Band-Aids cut out. Let's get these cleaned before I do anything else. I don't like having my stamps everywhere, so okay, there we go. All right, now I also want to grab this because I'm going to be die cutting my little Band-Aid, my large Band-Aid. That will fit right there. You can cut it down and make it a more narrow Band-Aid just by using this other oval. This oval is great for your sentiments, so I'm just going to put that back. And the other thing I'm going to need is my little scrap of Calypso Coral. Calypso Coral. So I'm actually going to take this right here. I'm going to die cut my heart right from the center of it. Okay, and let's see, do I have a... We're going to just use our big embossing machine. Now these will work in the small embossing cut and emboss machine, but I want to cut out as much as I can at one time. All right, let's grab our plates. And no, not my lunch plate, my die cutting plates. Yeah, I had to sneak up here really quick, or sneak downstairs, grab a sandwich, and get up here really quick. All right, and my Band-Aid. All right, so we'll get that centered. Now, sometimes when your cutting plate is really, really used and well loved, you may see it hop around. So, I need to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little Band-Aids. Now, the other thing is, if you don't have, the dies, or maybe you don't have a die cutting machine, you could stamp Band-Aids. You could cut them out yourself. It would just look a little different, but I really, really like that. Put that die up there so I don't lose it. I really like that Band-Aid. I was trying to think what I was trying to say there. All right. So, yes, I probably should have done these ahead of time, but you know what? We're just going to do them. Okay. So let's see. Did I do... I feel like I missed something here. Did I do my third word? My third secret word? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. And I don't know where the little stickers are now. I had them here. Uh-oh. Well, I'll look for it as soon as I move this out of the way. Oh, here. Yes, I did. So, okay. So we should have 3 secret words out. We'll be having one more very shortly. All right, just need to get my tick pick tool to pop this out. Yeah, I should have cut these ahead of time. So sorry. Don't mean to make you wait, but it's worth the wait. It's really such a cute card. All right. All right, we're almost there. Now, when I'm die cutting, usually I'll cut a whole bunch of these out all at one time. I'll keep them in my little envelope there, my little sleeve, so that way I don't always have to come back and do this. But because I'm using cantaloupe, I don't know how many times I'd use cantaloupe Band-Aids. So when I was playing around with these, I went into the bathroom to go get some inspiration because I actually have camo colored Band-Aids and these bright neon ones. Yeah, every once in a while I get something fun. I have to be very careful with Band-Aids, what they're made out of, so when I see them, I pick them up, and a lot of times they're fun. So, in your little pillow gift, don't be surprised if you have some bright Band-Aids or camo Band-Aids. Because as I'm making the door prizes, sometimes I just have to change things up. You know, when I do so many of one thing, I get why I want to change it up a little bit. Okay, so I've got all these cut now. We'll get this out of the way. All right. And I need to find, sorry, I'm reaching across and around here. I'm looking for something specific here, so just bear with me. Because things keep falling all over. Like I have them stacked so nicely so I can find them, and apparently I don't have it as organized as I would like. Oh, well, it happens. And my camera my light keeps flipping over. All right. Okay, so I need this. Okay, bye. All right. And we're going to do okay. All right, I just got to get my next card that I'm going to be showing. All right, here we go. Let's pick these pieces up before I lose those and say, where did I do with my dies? Now I know. What did I do with my dies? Here we go. Let's just put those all away. I got that little heart cut. I got all the band-aids cut. All right. I got everything stamped that I need for now. All right. Ink pad out of the way. All right. Next break, I got to put all these ink pads away and get ready for our next set of classes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on the inside here. I am just going to grab my pretty peacock again. And I'm going to say, feel better soon. You could grab another stamp set and put thinking of you, wishing you a better day, feel better soon. All right, and let's just go ahead and adhere this into the card. If you wanted to stamp a Band-Aid, you could stamp a Band-Aid on the inside. We're going to take our designer paper here and go ahead and put that on the front of our card base. Like so. It's totally up to you what direction you want to go with your designer paper. It is what it is. All right, so now I've got this. I'm going to put this at a slight angle. I have my piece of basic white. Before I adhere that to this, this is actually going to be up on dimensionals. I want to layer everything on here. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to put my Band-Aid. I'm just going to lay it there. I'm not adhering it. I'm just laying it there. And then I'm going to start building my Band-Aids across. So kind of at the same angle this Band-Aid's at. All right, and I'm leaving some hang off the paper. I'm definitely not trying to line them up. I'm trying to kind of stagger them. I can move this Band-Aid out of the way now that I got those going. All right, I'll put this one here. Again, try not to have the same. I think I'll put this one more. Maybe we'll just do that one right there. And every time I've done this, my layout's been just a little different. Okay. So here we go. So this is how I want to lay my Band-Aids out. I can move them down a little bit if I want. So I'm going to take my liquid glue here. I'm going to use my precision point here. So just a little bottle that I bought. These are actually part of my adhesive bundles. I'll put some glue on here. And then we'll put the first one on. Okay. And we'll just keep going down the line. I'm not using a whole lot of glue. I'm using very thin beads of glue. Put that one right here. I like using the liquid glue because it gives me a little bit more wiggle room in case I need to slide this anywhere. Oh, I can do that. All right, my glue must have gotten clogged before. Must have left it open too long. All right, I have a little pin over here to help me with that. Oh, I did have a pin. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It just fell down. All right. Glue boogers on there. Let me get those off. So yeah, I have a nice little decorative pin here. And that way I can push it all the way down and I can lift it up and still see it. Yeah, we'll just pop it right there. Uh-oh, I dropped something. Dropped something. My elbow hit something. So the other day, gotta share this with you. Speaking of elbows hitting something, I was on my way to go to get the grandchildren ready for daycare. And, oh, come on, it's stuck again. I had to run back in the house for something. So I put my coffee, like kind of on the console between the driver's seat and passenger seat, because my coffee cup would not fit in my cup holders, which kind of drives me crazy, but it is what it is. I'm not going to take my car back because it doesn't work. So yeah, I hopped back in the car and I forgot it. You know, in that few seconds, I forgot that I had my coffee cup there. Totally smacked it with my elbow. It went flying into the passenger seat. And yeah, I had a passenger seat full of coffee. I mean, full, because it was dripping down into my back seat from the front seat. I was like, oh no. All right, I need to put my paper down here because I'm going to start making a mess. And I don't want to have glue all over my table. All right. Yeah, so big old mess. All right, so ask me anything about In Colors or what it's like to be a demonstrator, what I love the most, what I don't love the most. You can ask me anything. Again, if I don't answer right now, I will answer later. All right. So again, I just staggered those across. There was no rhyme or reason. And I'm just going to flip it over. I'm going to cut off all that extra now. This is what was sticking to my scissors before. All right. Let me just get that cleaned off. All right, now that I got glue all over my fingers again, let's grab our handy dandy sanitizer. It really does help get that sticky off. And ink. Not all the way, not as good as, you know, regular soap and water, but in the short term, it works. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cover that now before it gets stuck again. Okay, let's grab our Band-Aid. I'll stop talking and we'll just keep going here. All right, and I need my little heart. All right, so now I just got to figure out where I'm going to put my Band-Aid. Maybe I'll put it up a little bit higher this time. So here is my original card. Again, every time I make a card, it goes different. Yeah, I'm going to put my Be Brave right here. I have to cut off that end a little bit. And maybe I'll change the direction of it. Okay, I like that idea. All right, let's go ahead and put, if I can pick this up, some glue on our heart. Now, I do have this extra Band-Aid, so I am going to put it on the inside because it's going to be cute. I've done it with so many cards already. I put it on the inside. It's stinking cute. Yeah, one of my friends who is also a demonstrator, she's like, oh, you got that too? So many people didn't get that. She goes, I think it's the cutest thing. What are you going to make with that? So, yeah, I can't wait to share my ideas with her. She's shared some with me already. I liked her. They're cute. You may see those in the In Color Club. All right, so let's go ahead and take this. We're going to put this one on dimensionals as well. And okay, it's this side. I'm going to cut it down. Had to make sure what side I was cutting down because I didn't want to put my dimensional too close to the end. All right. Now, for some reason, this was going well this morning and I can't pick these up. It's gotten really warm in the house though. like the air conditioning's not on, so it got really warm in here. It was very beautiful out yesterday, but our house got so hot. All right, let's grab this. We're just gonna put some adhesive on here. Put that right on here. Okay, we'll get some dimensionals on that because, you know, I can't have enough dimensionals, right? Okay. Oh my gosh, why can't I peel these off right now? I may have to like go step outside. It's pretty cool outside. It is not cool in my house. And it feels like it's gonna, oh come on. It feels like it's gonna storm, so I didn't really want to open the windows. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna take some linen thread here, and you'll have a piece of this in your kit. I'm gonna tie a loopy bow. Okay. Sometimes when my linen thread is too curly, I like to just pull it between my thumb and my index finger and get it straightened out a little bit. I don't mind that it's a little wavy, but sometimes it's really wavy and it's really hard to tie. And apparently I'm just having bow challenge moment. All right. I want this bow to be bigger and that one to be smaller. Okay. And let's grab our ribbon cutting scissors. Because I've noticed that even my snips are dull from paper cutting. So what happens is when I go to cut even linen thread, it's really jagged. All right, so we're going to take a glue dot here. We're going to attach our little linen thread. I'm going to roll that into a little log. So my grandchildren are at the age that we can play with Play-Doh now. So I'm showing them how to roll Play-Doh into little logs. And my grandson thinks it's hysterical when I make a little snake out of it. Oh my gosh, he was giggling so hard. All right, they're at the really fun age right now. So, okay, so this is our card. Let's add some embellishments. Now this time I'm just going to do my embellishments with the clear. And I'll add one right down here. And now my putty got stuck to it. Hang on. What happened there? All right, I'm just going to throw it away. It flipped over, so my putty got stuck to the bottom where that glue dot is. One there. I'll put one on the heart right here. Another one up here. I could use that. Well, why don't we try it? Why don't we just add it on? Why not? Why not, right? Put one there. And we'll put this other little one right here. Okay. There we go. So my original card, I did use some other embellishments, but there we go. Okay. And our inside, oh, I said I was going to put this one on. Okay. So I'm actually going to use glue dots because I'm worried about that glue kind of seeping through. So let's just use a couple glue dots here. And we'll just go ahead and put that on our Band-Aid. And we'll put our Band-Aid right below Feel Better. Okay, here we go. All right, so let me just put these couple things away, and I'm going to pull in some other card samples so you can see some of the ideas. All right. And then our next class will be, our next presentation will be at 3:30, but I'll be popping in with some extra things, so check it out later. Let's see, where are my samples that I wanted to share? Okay, so this was one that we have in the In Color Club. This is one of the projects that you'll make. Let's see. That was In Color, In Color. I'm looking at my little stack here because I got all my extra little sheets for And I didn't put things away after I showed you the In Color Club. So I got a little bit of a mess over here. All right. Now, where are my samples? Okay. Oh, please. I got them here somewhere. I just gotta find them. All right, let's see. Are they right here? No. All right. So we have... Oh, where did I put my... Oh, look. Secret word number 4. Right, here's one. Here's when we made this in a hump day lunch break before. This was a swap card that I did. So on the inside of these, I did put the little Band-Aid. Same with this one. I used the Barely Blush and Peaceful Pine. Added Lemon Lolly and Crumb Cake. This is using the Real Red Designer Series paper. And this is the, the Color Family paper. This one I thought was really fun, just with all the bright colors. I love this idea. I may have to do this idea for club and just change up the colors. All right. So those are my ouch cards and my caring animals. So I hope you enjoyed this session. And I don't know where the other stamp set went. So, okay. We'll check it out for now, and we'll come back later. And don't forget, secret word number 4. Make sure you keep that in track. And I will actually, I realized I didn't post the wish list to the Facebook group earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and post that PDF. It'll be in the files section or the media section. So you'll be able to download that so you can write things up. And then we'll go ahead and, yeah, check out some of the other pillow gifts we have in your new product party swag bag. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, why don't you finish? User difficulties. Come on. All right. I'm playing here because I'm having an issue because it's saying slow connection and I can't turn my feed off.